Hold on a minute. I'm downloading some celebrity opinions. It's Sunday. I'm Akorn. Welcome back to Laugh While the World Burns, bringing you your weekly dose of the idiocracy that is modern-day society. If you'd like to help the channel, please consider hitting that like and subscribe, and let's jump into today's show. Dear Congress, we're broke. Stop sending money to foreign countries. South Carolina inmate faces new charge for using counterfeit money at bond hearing. The inmate allegedly pulled out a stack of cash, sorted the money, and handed the judge three $100 bills, telling him to keep the change. It just gets worse every day, guys. The judge took the money, realized it was counterfeit, and had him arrested again.
I see no God up here.
Take off your helmet, then you'll see. Nah, he would just drown in the pool. Tiger Woods DUI Tour 2026. Sure most of you guys heard about that the other day, where he was in another crash and then got arrested for DUI again. I think it was yesterday when a judge approved that he was allowed to go overseas for treatment. Seems like an awful lot of people are getting out of the U.S. recently. Filling up my tank, Spiral Edition. Gas, $10, $20, $40. It's still going.
What up? You came and turned and looked my way.
Yep, exactly. Feminist. Men scare me. Me. Even immigrant men? Feminist.
I'm a strong, independent woman. I'm too stupid to get a voter ID.
Democrat women. Canada set to pass 100,000 assisted suicides, more than the country's World War II death toll. These some sad days we're living in. How Democrat men like to be kissed. I used to want a house with a wraparound porch. Now I just want to live in a world where a sandwich, a bag of chips, and a drink doesn't cost $26. And that's the truth, too. Democrats.
Quit mixing religion and politics.
Also Democrats. When they say it, what they really mean is don't mix politics and the Bible. Anything else is fine. When it's career day and your politician father shakes down the teacher in front of the class. Yeah, until they get a little older and they start to realize that's how they get all the stuff they want. Then they become a politician just like their father. Heaven has a wall, a gate, and a strict immigration policy. Hell has open borders. That's true. It's also a prison.
Does getting a tattoo hurt?
Depends on the area.
I'm from California.
Of course they are. Sweden. Transgender mermaid accuses local pool of discrimination after being banned from women's changing room. Remember, crime doesn't pay. Politicians. How did we pass 4 years of college without ChatGPT? This will be we used to walk 10 miles to school in our time. When you send a good joke from your Hawaii phone. It doesn't matter the brand, guys. There's always someone listening. Canada Post effectively insolvent, CFO says, as losses top $1 billion in 2025. Not so fast, Canada. Here comes the Pony Express. U.S. Postal Service reports $1.25 billion quarterly loss as it faces cash crunch. Funny prank idea. Make people study for 16 years, while putting them into extreme debt, then replace them with AI. Yeah, that looks like it's working out to be true for a whole lot of things, actually. My mom recently discovered Facebook Marketplace, and today I get this text from my dad. Your mother has put my life in danger over a toaster she bought on Facebook. I'm meeting a man named Rick behind Home Depot. If I go missing, start there. Hey, at least he's thinking ahead. The Swedish Deputy Prime Minister sparked a debate about Muslim immigrants, saying, Islam must adapt to Swedish values. Muslims who do not integrate must leave the country. Honor killings, beheadings, stoning of women, and Sharia law have no place here. Alberta just collected enough signatures to succeed from Canada. Should we swap California for them? That sounds like a great idea to me. Taxes are essentially just a yearly subscription to the country you live in. Childhood is the free trial. Me. I lost my money. It's my loss. Billionaire loses money. Our loss. Yeah, exact same thing with the government, too. Great idea for socialist. The Actors Union would be the perfect place to try socialism. An actor earning $20 million could redistribute their wealth to give hundreds of struggling actors a living wage. 1000%. All of Hollywood actors should all be paid the same, regardless of if they're doing blockbuster movies or TV commercials, because it's all about equality, right? It's crazy how social media has convinced us that 15 likes aren't enough. Imagine 15 people complimenting you in real life. And you can be one of those people by hitting that like button below. Men killing 1 billion people in wars over all of human history. Women killing 1.3 billion people via abortion since 1980. Yeah, what would be an equivalent to 1/8 of what we are told is Earth's current population, which is 8.3 billion, or so they claim at least. And this has only been one of the mechanisms that they've used, working toward their reduction of the population. While countries run out of fuel, we're sending a rocket to the moon on April Fool's Day. Well, they fooled everybody the first time, and that certainly wasn't the last. I bought a car today, and the dealership had me check off with a pen on paper that I'm not a robot. 2005. Yeah, biker wrecks, people's coming to help. 2015. Biker wrecks, everybody's just taking videos of it. 2026. Nobody cares at all because it's a man, so it's just the biker taking a video of it. I want a man to pay my bills and buy me expensive gifts. Try your father. People complaining about gas prices. Me realizing that America has already been destroyed and we're all just going through the motions till the shooting starts. 2006, trying to find a signal. 2026, trying to avoid a signal. Man, that is the absolute truth, too. Impossible to do, basically, at this point. Mystery of scientist, dead or missing, rises to 8 as 2 more men tied to America's most coveted secrets join the list. Yeah, this is true. This started around July of 2024, and all of these people were high-level scientists. These 2 most recent ones here worked for JPL and Los Alamos National Laboratory, and the rest of them that's on the list are fairly similar too. Gavin Newsom says he has 2 baby mamas and doesn't pay child support too, so he's just like you.
Okay, but like, I literally would not date a MAGA guy, even if my life depended on it. I can't. The vibes are toxic and I have standards. And if that makes you mad, good. Stay mad.
Don't worry, I don't think anybody's mad, Republicans or otherwise. That awkward moment at a feminist picnic when they realize no one has made any sandwiches. I think I'll go deliver some sandwiches wearing an apron. Even angry women need to eat. How many of you guys knew about this? In 1919, Ford wanted to use extra profits to raise employee wages and employ more people. Dodge sued them, saying a corporation's only responsibility is to its shareholder value. This set the precedent for current U.S. corporate law. Is it time to discuss what this did to the fabric of our nation? Sure explains a lot. And the worst part is, Americans continued to buy Dodge vehicles all through the years. April Fool's Day is over. Everything on the internet is true again. Me, I can't wait until summer and we're over this cold weather. Summer. Yeah, like I told you guys back probably about a month ago, I'm not looking forward to summer. Not only do I hate all the bugs, because I can't stand them flying in my face and ears and stuff, because that ticks me off quicker than anything, especially when I'm trying to work. But besides all those bugs, the ticks and chiggers are just wicked here. I have to use an organic tick spray on my shoes and pants every day, sometimes twice a day, just to walk across my mowed front yard during the summertime. Because here's an example of what happens when I forget. There was one day last year that I was working on my truck in my gravel driveway, and I'm standing on top of a wooden box that's about a foot tall. I use that most of the day, leaning over top of the engine bay trying to reach a fuel pump that was down on the side of the block. But yet, that evening, I had to use a nail file to scrape off the ticks on my legs and feet. Most of them were seed ticks, but there was over 100. So between that and then the high humidity and temperatures, yeah, I'm not looking forward to summer. New York City voters. We want government grocery stores, free buses, rent freezes, and $30 minimum wage. Ma'am Danny, best I can do is raise your property taxes. The sponge before and after scrubbing the burnt sauce off the pan. I'm so old, I remember when social media was just a fun little experiment to connect with former classmates. And now, it's a full-blown dystopian nightmare. Yeah, that is a fact-check true, especially on the dystopian nightmare part. But, at this point, that describes most things these days. Whoopi Goldberg, 70, says she can't afford to retire yet. She's got bills to pay. If you don't marry well, you gotta keep working. So here's this woman that's worth millions of dollars time and again, and yet she claims, oh, I can't retire. What does she think that all of us down here in real life are trying to get by on? And then to also say, if you don't marry well, you gotta keep working. So she's trying to say what exactly? That women only marry men for their money? That's nothing new. We already knew that. Hi, I'd like to cancel my 8 a.m. appointment for tomorrow, please. HR, for the last time, call in sick for work like a normal person. I thought that was a pretty good one, though. I just paid my bills. The only thing left on my card is my name and expiration date. Unfortunately. New roundabout coming soon to Carmel, Indiana. Back a lot of years ago, I went through Carmel, Indiana. It's basically a lot of rich people, or at least people in a lot of debt trying to keep up appearances, in an HOA city. But yeah, even back then, they were turning all the intersections into roundabouts. And speaking of roundabouts, I've seen some roundabouts that were 4 lanes deep, maybe more. which just doesn't make sense to me, because you can only enter or exit on the outside lane. I mean, if you need more time to figure out where you're supposed to go, I guess you could just move toward an inner lane and keep going in circles. Woman called ICE on her house workers to avoid paying them the $10,000 she owed them. Now, I'm not going to read all this, but basically, this woman hired a bunch of men to do a bunch of work on her house and things, and on the very last day, when they were doing all the finishing touches, she calls ICE and has them arrested. A lot of people probably won't like this, but I don't care if they were illegal immigrants. You don't treat people that way, and you certainly don't take advantage of people that way. I support the current thing. I oppose the current thing. The current thing is a psyop to keep you arguing. They created all these divisions, and yes, they created the current generations using the schools and all the other agenda to push these ideologies so that it would create these divisions. It's what it was about from the start. Just 12% of Americans, mostly men, are eating half of our beef supply. 88% of Americans are metabolically unhealthy, says Utah scientist. Here's what to do about it. Eat more beef. It's like a news article I think it was on last week's show, about how certain people who ate more beef were less likely to get dementia. If you enjoyed today's show and would like to help the channel, please consider hitting that like and subscribe and watch one of the videos that'll pop up on your screen right here at the end. Or go to the akornzstash channel page and see all of the videos that YouTube didn't show you. Well, that's it for today's show. I'll see you guys back here next weekend. I thank you all for watching. You guys take care and stay safe this week, because the Idiocracy is only getting worse by the day. This is Akorn, over and out.